incredibly difficult, and you can already see from this helicopter shot just how strung out things are. Some riders already suffering with that pace.
The peloton really fracturing under the pressure of Team SD Worx. This Ashleigh Moolman-Pasio, you can see there, that pink, purple and yellow jersey. The South African rider, fabulous climber. Grace Brown coming up on your right there in that blue jersey with the white sleeves. The Australian rider, Rhiannon Marcus, though, she can just focus on her climb, and you can see just how steep it's getting here. That climb really starting to bite in, and on the helicopter shot of the peloton, it's still the Swiss champion setting the pace on the front.
This is an incredible job from the Swiss champion Marlen Reusser to have such control over the peloton, and for riders to be really starting to struggle with that pace that she's currently making at the moment. You start to see the yellow jersey being under threat at the moment. Chloe Hosking, who tried to get a little bit of an advantage and a little bit of a buffer earlier on, starting to suffer now.
And this is the false flat, so the Queen of the Mountains point. It looks like the top, but it just go over. They drop down again, and from this point, it's about 500 meters to go up towards the summit. So a little bit of respite before it kicks up again.
And a well-needed little bit of respite for Marcus and the peloton when they come through here.
So Rhiannon Marcus heads up towards the summit. She'll be looking for those 6 points in front of the peloton. So Marlen Reusser setting the pace. Moolman-Pasio, Ellen van Dijk, you can see in that white jersey of European champion. In the green, Christine Majerus, then Elise Chabbey in that yellow multicoloured jersey. They are sitting first and third in the classification in the Queen of the Mountains.
Kasia Niewiadoma looking very comfortable, just dancing on those pedals, just patrolling the moves and every move of anyone who might be a threat to her in that general classification. The likes of Moolman-Pasio, Elisa Longo-Borghini, she sits alongside her.
An Italian national champions jersey, Joss Loudon as well for Team Uno X. Multiple riders though from the Canyon SRAM team looking to try and set this one up here. You can see everyone now just fighting, battling for positions as they try to keep themselves in contention. Everyone looking for some feed from the side, grabbing the bowls from the soigneurs as well. That's important on a day such as this.
And important to continue to fuel yourself stage by stage, not only thinking about what today's stage brings, but also thinking about the remainder of this women's tour, that make sure that you have sufficient fuel within your body and recovery too. As Rhiannon Marcus, she comes towards the top of this Skoda Queen of the Mountains. She's going to crest this and take with it those 6 points towards that classification.
So Rhiannon Marcus crests the summit, but in the distance you saw there some dark clouds. The weather's coming in. Elise Chabbey though of Canyon SRAM now, after the work of her team, launches herself off the front. Ashleigh Moolman-Pasio is right there for Team SD Worx.
It looks like Veronica Ewers is trying to get onto the wheel of the South African, and Chabbey, teeth gritted, she wants to try and create a buffer between her and Majerus, try and close that gap in this classification.
The gutsy Swiss rider just looks back over the shoulder. She was the Queen of the Mountains in this race last year. She took the Queen of the Mountains in the Etsulia stage race as well, but it's Elise Chabbey that goes over the top, takes second place. And you can see now some of our big names and our general classification riders coming over the top, but gaps are starting to open. 40 seconds to Marcus.
You see the cracks that are beginning to appear in the peloton just from the ferocious pace from Chabbey alone.
There's confirmation of your results. So Rhiannon Marcus takes the 6. Importantly there, 5 for Elise Chabbey, and no points scored on that climb for Christine Majerus. Now we've got 2 riders now clipping off the front. We're seeing a Nicole Wahoo rider, and it is Christine Majerus in that